Hey there, and welcome to HisTime365. I'm so glad you're here for day 3 of our 365-day journey through the Bible. Today, we'll look at Genesis 8 through 10, and I'll walk you through what happens, what it means, and why it matters. I'll share a summary and some insights to help you see the big picture and connect with the heart of the Scripture. During your quiet time, I encourage you to read today's lesson in a Bible translation that speaks to you best. Now grab a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and let's spend a few minutes giving God His time. The covenant after the flood. A new beginning. Have you ever thought about what it means to start fresh? In Genesis chapters 8 to 10, we see how God provides a new beginning for Noah and his family after the flood. This story is not just about water and animals. It's about hope, promises, and the responsibilities that come with a fresh start. When the floodwaters finally receded from the earth, Noah and his family found themselves stepping out of the ark into a transformed world. The first thing Noah did was to offer a sacrifice to God. This act demonstrated his gratitude for their survival and his recognition of God's mercy. The Scripture tells us that God was pleased with this offering and promised never to destroy the earth with a flood again. Genesis 8:21. Imagine the relief and joy Noah must have felt to hear that promise. Following the flood, God established a covenant with Noah, marked by a beautiful rainbow. This was a sign of God's commitment to humanity. "I do set my bow in the cloud," God declared. Genesis 9:13. It was a reminder that no matter how chaotic life could get, there would always be hope and a fresh start. Just think about that in our own lives. When we face tough times, we can look for our own rainbows. God also gave Noah and his sons some important instructions. He told them to be fruitful and multiply, to fill the earth, and to maintain a balance with creation. This responsibility placed on Noah's family was significant. They were tasked with caring for the earth and all living creatures, which is a calling that resonates even today. For instance, take a moment to reflect on your role in your family or workplace. Are you nurturing relationships and helping others grow? Just like Noah, you have the power to shape the environment around you. As Noah's family began to repopulate the earth, we see the emergence of nations and diverse cultures. Chapter 10 introduces us to the descendants of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Each son became the father of different peoples, spreading out across the world. This division of nations shows us the beauty in diversity, but also the complexity of human relationships. Now, let's think about this in modern terms. In our workplaces, we often interact with people from various backgrounds. Just like the descendants of Noah, we bring unique perspectives and skills to the table. Embracing this diversity can lead to innovation and creativity, enhancing collaboration in any project or team. However, the story doesn't end there. The descendants of Ham in particular are highlighted in a way that shows the darker side of humanity. There's a troubling incident involving Noah that reveals the flaws in even the most faithful. One day, after planting a vineyard, Noah drank too much wine and became drunk. His son Ham saw him in this vulnerable state and dishonored him. When Noah awoke and learned what happened, he pronounced a curse on Ham's son, Canaan, indicating that dishonor would have consequences. Genesis 9:22-25. This moment serves as a reminder of the importance of respect and honor within families and communities. In our own lives, it can be easy to overlook the weaknesses of those we love, but we must remember that our actions can have lasting impacts. Whether it's a simple misunderstanding or a more significant conflict, approaching each situation with compassion and understanding can make a difference. As we move into the story of Babel,
we see humanity's desire to make a name for themselves. They decided to build a city and a tower that reached the heavens, thinking they could achieve greatness without God. Genesis 11:4. However, God intervened, confusing their language and scattering them across the earth. This action highlighted that no matter how ambitious our plans might be, they must align with God's purpose. In our lives, we can often find ourselves trying to build our own towers, whether it's in our careers or personal ambitions. We might chase after success, thinking it will fulfill us, but sometimes God may redirect our paths for a greater purpose. Have you ever had a plan that didn't work out, only to find that something better came along? It's crucial to remain open to change and trust that God knows what's best for us. Reflecting on these chapters, we see themes of new beginnings, responsibility, and the importance of honor. Noah's story encourages us to embrace our roles in our families and communities, while also reminding us to look for hope in difficult times. One takeaway we can hold on to is, new beginnings come with promises and responsibilities. How do you find hope in difficult situations, and what does that look like for you? In what ways can we better honor our families and communities? How can we embrace diversity in our workplaces or social circles? Reflect on a time when your plans changed unexpectedly. How did that affect you? What does it mean to you to have a fresh start?
Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is Genesis 8 through 10, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Genesis 11 through 13, so feel free to read ahead if you like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 4. Until then, stay encouraged and thank you for giving God His time today.